and you're driving here and there, you're making stories, you're having a call for even an hour or 2 or 3 with people, and then when you go back, hi, welcome to my live. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Kate. I can see you. Hi to you, Kate. Annabelle Robot, how are you? Welcome, guys. Welcome. We are just starting this live right now with a message of hope. Mahlahla, I think that's how to pronounce that. Hi to you, Nyakwara Dome. Hi. Oh, Nyakwara Dome. Bro, how are you? How are you doing, Nyakwara Dome? Who is that again? There, Salma, Mira, Kiptiakon. Blessings to you. Okay. Annabelle Pratt. First time, welcome. First time, Trinidad and Tobago. Are you canceling somebody who needs? Charlie, it's not your first time. So, guys, I'm just looking at that number. We are at 80. I'm still waiting for that number to go up because this is going to be a short video. So, I just want everyone to be here so we can talk about something. You know, yesterday night when we were talking about what men want from a relationship, I got some questions. Some people were asking me, what about women? What do women want in a relationship? Funny enough, it is women who are asking me what women want. And you see, as a coach, this is what we are taught. We are taught that before you advise someone, before you counsel somebody, you want to see their mind and ask yourself, are you counseling somebody who needs counsel, or you are counseling somebody who is testing you or trying to see how much you know some things? So when a woman comes and asks you what women need in a relationship, it doesn't make sense. All right? So as a psychologist, you will find out that this is somebody who's not serious, who is not looking for something that is really needed. So in today's message, it's just a message of hope. I've got numerous emails and some 2-3 students that I have right now that I'm talking about, I'm talking to as a group. These people who are in a dilemma of being left, breakup, family members running away from you, family members, you know, trying to isolate you, you're being isolated with the friends, some people trying to just cut their ties with you. What do you do? Where do you put yourself when people start to break their ties with you? You know, some people that you're just so close to you, these were your friends, these were your colleagues, this is somebody you are dating, this is a parent or a brother or an aunt or cousins or colleagues at work. You know, sometimes when in a place where you're working, you reach an office or maybe a place where a group of colleagues are seated doing something, and one by one they start leaving, and before you know it, you are alone. You will be asking yourself, what did I do that is wrong? What is happening? Is there anything that I did that is wrong? There are always chances that perhaps you never wronged them or did anything that was not right. Sometimes you wronged them or you did something that was not right. So you need to understand that in life there are so many things that happen, but something that have happened in many occasions, so many times. You need to look at yourself, all the things that you're doing. Because I want to tell you a very big secret about isolation from people. What I've learned in the course of what I do and the people I talk to, the people who come with their problems and all the things, the analysis that I've realized is most of the blessings, especially a pure blessing that comes from God, come at the time when isolation starts to happen, when people start to run away from you, when some breakups are happening in your life. You see, something funny about God's blessings is we always find ourselves in comfort zones. And the moment you are in a comfort zone, things don't happen. Sometimes, you're in a very comfortable zone, like you're dating a woman and you're feeling so comfortable with them because they are not giving you some headache, they're not pushing you. When you want to sleep with them, you just make a call, they come, you sleep with them. They spend 1, 2, 3 days in your home and they leave. Things are just so smooth. And we tend to love that kind of life. But I will tell you something. When things are so smooth in your life and things feel like they are so easy, happening so easily, there must always be a problem somewhere. Life is meant to be a challenge to you. And by the time the challenges start to happen, that's when great things start to happen. And how do they happen? They happen from isolation from people. You see, when you're comfortable with your colleagues, you're comfortable with your cocoonism, the group of people that you have, every weekend you go, you have a drink, you go for parties, and you wait for another weekend to come, you go for parties, and you're driving here and there, you're making stories, you're having a call for even an hour or 2 or 3 with people. And then when you go back home and you sit and you start analyzing the time that you spent with these people, you realize that there was nothing productive that came out of that conversation apart from gossips or apart from just knowing each other. So how does the blessing and this kind of isolation happen? God brings something into you when He wants to bless you that will scare away the people who, for example, are wasting your time. So this is what I tell people. When breakups happen in your life, you are in a very comfortable relationship, and from nowhere, shit starts just to happen. This lady changes, or this man changes her ways or his ways, and you don't understand them. My first advice to everyone who comes to me, like, you see, we've been dating with this guy for 2 years or for 3 years, and recently he just changed. He's not calling me. When I call, he's always busy. When I text, he takes a lot of time to reply. This is what I tell these people. I want you to go back and sit down and try and forget about the times that you have spent with this person. Take 4, 5, or 1 week with yourself. Don't bother this person. Don't bother yourself. I know it is hard, and especially for women who are already in love and emotionally invested themselves in a relationship. It is always not right. It is always not easy to do what I am going to talk about, but it is always a way, a great way for you to understand whether you have been in the right place or not. So when you have invested yourself for 2 years or 3 years in a relationship and then something happens, these people change. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to respond to your messages. They're just showing you a cold shoulder. You want to take time with yourself and start asking yourself questions. What am I really missing from this relationship? Am I missing myself? Am I missing these people? Am I missing some bills that these people used to pay? Am I just missing sex that I used to get from this woman or man? Am I just missing his money? What am I missing, and what do I lack that without these people I cannot get? You see, when breakups, isolations happen, it is always that time when God is opening your eyes to see. But you see, The problem with us as human beings is that we don't concentrate on the bigger picture that is in the play. What we always concentrate on are the people who are leaving. We want to ask ourselves, what did I do wrong? Why is he going? Why are people leaving me? Why did I just spend like 2 years with this man and then he wants to leave me like this? It can't happen. I cannot accept this. What do? We start pushing words on social media. You want to start posting things on your social media status. You want to become a motivator. You've never motivated people. You've never inspired people. When your relationship was fine and everything was good, you never shared any motivational, quotes and things on social media. But the moment it happens that things start to go the other side, we forget to think about the bigger picture, and we concentrate so much in, how do I put it, in justifying ourselves. You want to show these people how you are doing better without them in your life. You want to show them how they were just some crooks in your life. So the energy that you would have spent to understand what exactly is happening is going to be lost in you trying to Google those motivational quotes to put in your WhatsApp status, Facebook status, Instagram status, to post things that you never used to post. By the time you're going to realize, you find yourself back at the same place with the same person. This is what happens. God had given you time to think about yourself. God had given you time to ask yourself, what am I really missing from this relationship? What am I really missing from this relationship? Is it just the sex that this guy used to give me nicely? Is it just the money and the bills this guy used to pay for me? All right? You're going to ask yourself a very simple question before things happen. And it's not just about a boy, girl, or a woman-man relationship. It is also about your colleagues. You have friends, you have sisters, you have cousins, and you've been living a very comfortable life with them. You go for picnics, you go for birthday parties, you organize birthday parties, you organize a lot of things in your home as a family, and things are just so smooth. Then all of a sudden, shit starts to happen. Your brothers are just isolating you. People don't want to talk to you. My brother and my sister, I will tell you something that happens with life today. The life we are living, where social media is everything in life. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to look at is whether somebody replied to your status, whether somebody saw your status. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you grab is your phone. Before, when I was growing up, when my mom used to wake up or my dad used to wake up, the first thing they used to grab was a Bible. They would read a Bible verse and then they would pray. In today's generation, the first thing we grab is a mobile phone. And when you grab your mobile phone, you're not even looking at the time. What are you looking at? Who saw my status? Right? Who commented on my post on Facebook? What did he share in his status? What did my ex do? These are what we are looking at. We are forgetting that there is a bigger picture that we are supposed to be looking at. What are we going to do for this day as we are waking up in the morning? What are you going to do better than what you did yesterday in your life? Let me tell you guys, no one wants to see how good you are doing on social media. A social media place is a place where you can share your idea, you can share your mind, but it is not a place where you want to share all everything about you. It is not, a social media is not a private advertising platform. It is a business advertising platforms. These social medias were created as a marketing platforms where you can market your business. So every time with my students in my coaching classes, when I teach them and I ask them, what do you post on your social media? And somebody tells me that, I just post my pictures about my family, and then I ask, how much are you selling your family? Then they will be like, why are you asking me that? I'm like, yeah. You see, those people who came up with a social media platform, They came up with a platform where you can sell whatever you have. You can sell your skills. Maybe it can be writing skills. It can be your skills to be a creator. You can create using the social media. You know, previously it was so difficult for people to create, for people to understand what skills you have. So social media has opened a medium and a channel for an easy way to create. Like for example here, I meet a lot of people from TikTok. You see, here I have almost 140 people right now in my class on TikTok Live. After these, at least 10 or 5 or 10 people are going to send me a message, an email. What happens? They send that message with some problems that they want to be solved. So those problems, how do I solve them? Some of them, they have to pay me, because we have to go through a vigorous class sessions for these counselings and whatsoever. Somebody has a problem, he doesn't know a decision to make. Maybe he's a problem with the love relationship, he's got a problem with his job, he's got 2 jobs offers, he's wondering whether to resign from his job. He needs somebody to advise him. This is what happens. And how will somebody understand that I can help them in making that decision without the social media? So social media is a platform where you use to market yourself, the skills that you have, that you can provide to others. It is also a place where you can help people free of charge, like I'm doing right now. So guys, my message today is a message of hope. Is a message to make you understand that is a message to make you understand one thing, that when people leave your life, do not concentrate on whoever left. Concentrate on yourself. Ask God, what is my purpose? This is the question you want to ask God. You don't want to ask God, why did they leave? You want to ask God, what is my purpose, God? You're going to ask yourself, what is my purpose? And let me do as your will permits me to. Guys, I know it is always very difficult. And the most difficult part of it is when your family is isolating you. The most difficult part of it is when your loved one isolates you. You know, if you have invested in love, especially, because this is what I talk about most often, if you have invested your time in a love relationship and somebody just changes, he starts misbehaving, this guy is not replying to your messages, this guy is giving you a cold shoulder, this guy looks like he's gotten what he was looking for. You don't have to cry. You don't have to force them back into your life. You don't have to even question them. You've got to question yourself. Where did you go wrong? And what is God trying to show you? There's a message that is always coded when people leave your life. Look, being left, no one wants to be left, right? Everybody wants, like, if relationship is dying, should be the first person to say, I don't want you. I should be the first person who is leaving. People don't want to be left. And I was watching some content on Breakup, and then I got a very strange content from one lady. As I said, I don't always mention names on my live videos so that I don't get censored. But this lady was talking about how she is always anxious to be the first to leave a relationship. So she gets into relationships, but she tries as much as possible to get a reason for her to leave relationship. Right? It sounds awkward, right? So she gets herself into a relationship, she starts a relationship, but at the same time, when she's in this relationship, she's trying to find reasons to be the first person to leave. Then the interviewer was asking her, but why do you do this? And then she's like, my motto and what I believe in is I should not be left in anything that I'm doing. I should be the person leaving. So she's doing this to be the first person to leave this relationship. So we can always meet such kind of people. So when somebody like that leaves you, why would you want to question God why they left? There is hope in everything. And my dear friends, the best way to get your blessings is when you are being isolated. You see, God works in a mysterious way. And when God wants to give you blessings, first He removes the blocks. That is what happens. God removes the blocks. He removes the people around you that are making you not to get your blessing. For example, I will tell you something, guys. You see, if you want to find a job, what you need first are skills. You need good skills, relevant skills for a certain job that you're looking for. And then you need to apply for that job. The second thing, after applying for the job, you need to go through interviews. And remember, during the time of interview, you are not alone. So many people are coming there for the same interview. So it takes only those who have the so much needed skills and experience to find that job. But what happened? God isolates those who don't have the skills. Okay? Even let me not use God. The interviewer isolates those who don't have the skills and experience. Then he brings together those who have skills and experience to go through vigorous interviews and some kind of background checks for them to get the job. So what does God do for the people or for us in our lives? When God wants to elevate you, you are this person who has been crying, I need a man who can stably stay with me and make me a woman of the home. What God does is to give you a break. He looks at the man who is in your life and he sees this man is not the person, the kind of a person you need. What does he do? He removes the man from your life. You know, sometimes this man has been everything for you. And you have been thinking that, you know what? I can never break up with him. Without him in my life, I'm dead. I'm finished. That is the person God is coming to remove from your life. You know, you've been looking for a woman to make your home. And you have got woman or women in your life. Then God is coming and telling you that that woman, you need to remove her from your life for you to find the woman you're looking for. What happens? He makes some things to happen and you start questioning yourself. Why is she behaving like this? What is happening? And then they leave. Instead of us concentrating on what we need to do to make it happen, we take most of our time trying to find our way back to the same people. You see, comfort kills a lot of people. Comfort zones, where you are comfortable, nothing is going to happen new. When you find comfort, nothing is going to happen great in your life. And I will tell you, people, I want you to look around you and look at those people who are very comfortable. And every time I teach people, I say this: do not look at somebody who is so rich than you and feel or think that these people are comfortable. There is no rich man that is comfortable. They are trying to invest every day. The rich people that you see around don't sleep. They sleep when they have found a target. Every single day they try to find out what is the next thing where I can invest. What is the new thing I can invest in? When I say they don't sleep, it means, I don't mean that they stay the whole night awake. But what I mean, they don't put their mind to sleep like they have it already. They always wake their minds up. Where can I invest more? Where can I take this money? Which, real estate is now selling their shares, or which company is selling their shares? Where can I invest? Where can I buy shares? Where can I put this money? What can I do? How can I improve my business? That is what we need to do as a people. Life is about what you want. It's not about the things that you're seeing. It's about how you will start yourself to make to the part that you are seeing in life. So guys, as I said, this was going to be a very short video for those people who have been left, the people who have been in a broken relationship, people who have been isolated by their colleagues, their friends, their families. This video was for you, to inspire you, to tell you that, you see, sometimes isolation is elevation. And sometimes rejection is a redirection. Rejection doesn't mean that it is the end of the road. Sometimes you are rejected because that is not the place you belong. You belong somewhere else. There is a time I used an example that sometimes you could find yourself going for an interview and you leave your house, you're going for an interview, and along the way maybe you take a bus. In the middle of the road you realize that you forgot something that is very important for the interview. Maybe your CV, or maybe something happens and maybe a baby was sitting next to you and something goes into your cloth, maybe ice cream, and you cannot go for that interview. When it happens like this, let me tell you something. God is trying to show you something. Maybe it was not meant for you. What people forget is to ask God, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What people do is shaming the Satan. This was just Satan. This is the people who are, I really don't know. Every time I try to go for interview, I don't always make it. People from my ancestors, the people from the village, African concept of, a bad omen. That you see, this is just because of my aunts or maybe my relatives who never made it in life, this is why I'm suffering. No, people. What happens is, God is trying to tell you that because of isolation that you're getting, I want to elevate you. And when you stop focusing on the isolation and ask God the way to elevation, you will miss this interview for this job, and in the next few days, you're going to get a call for the interview for a job that you have been waiting for. I will tell you, this thing works, people. The problem with us, and the only solution for things to start working for you, is to know where to concentrate your energy. You need to understand where to focus your energy. A rejection is a redirection. This is what I can tell you, guys. When you are rejected somewhere, forget about the rejection and start focusing in the next direction. When they reject you in A, focus on the redirection where God is pushing you to. You see, when you take 100% of your time thinking about the rejection, you will still remain in the same place. But when you forget rejection, immediately you get rejected, you forget it immediately. That's the time you start to become elevated. So stop thinking about how you've been rejected. Stop thinking about how you've been divorced. Stop thinking about how that guy have missed you, have used you. Stop thinking about how life has been so miserable. Think about, what can I do now that my life is this? What else can I do? I saw a video today from a very funny guy that I like. He's a comedian from Nigeria. And some of his videos are also of a good lesson. But what he was saying is, he was trying to say something like, we will never forget. When people, you do things in your life, things that are not good. You don't care about yourself. You're just misusing yourself. You just do things without thinking twice. Then tomorrow you want to tell us that those are my past. Now I'm in the new. These were my past. This is what happens. Yes, they are your past. But remember that the past, what you are doing today, right now, is what is going to be the past. But if you don't watch it as we speak, it can define your future in positive way or negative way. The past is gone, yes, and we can always correct it. But you see, you don't want to correct your past every single day. You see, you don't want to correct your past every single day. You want to correct your past once and for all and start a new life and develop that positive mindset, develop that kind of an energy in you that redirects you to the right thing. And I use these powerful words of isolation and elevation Rejection and redirection. When you are isolated, you're being elevated. When you are rejected, you're being redirected. But how do you know that? By correcting it at this moment. So you forget about the past, which is a rejection, and you start focusing on the redirection. You apply a job today, you get an interview, you go for an interview, maybe you apply, the email comes back that unfortunately at this time we are not going to continue with your application because you don't meet the criteria of what we were looking for, or maybe we have found somebody who fits what we were looking for. You don't want to read that email twice. You want to delete it from your inbox and start applying for other jobs. You get divorced today, okay? There's a video also that I saw about divorce. There's a lady who was banning her, the pictures, the photos that she did, and she posted on TikTok, banning the photos, her wedding photos, the certificate that the wedding certificate and marriage certificate, everything she was banning. And she wrote there that after 2 years of marriage, 1 month of divorce, and 1 week of forgetting, and now she was banning these things together. This is what I want to tell you. Banning it might not kill it from your head. Accepting the fact that it has happened is what deletes everything from your head. So when it happens like you are divorced and you want to forget it, you are brokenhearted and you want to forget it, immediately it happens, the first thing that you need to do is to not start, talking to everybody and start like what do we call it? Can I say justifying yourself? You want to justify yourself to show people that it was not your mistake. See, you owe no one an explanation when your relationship breaks up. You owe no one an explanation when anything, like even you lose your own job. You owe no one anything, any explanation when things go worse or bad in your life. You owe yourself and your God explanation. So going to social media to start, criticizing the people you were, like your ex, or maybe your ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or ex-company or ex-colleagues or ex-friends, and trying to justify how good you were and how bad they were, is not going to help you. You need to start concentrating on yourself and asking yourself, what did I not do right that I can correct in this next relationship that I'm going to have? You want to ask yourself, what am I going to do better? What did he not do that I was looking for? So that at least you help yourself. So Queen Safa is asking, how can I stop searching his account and see that he married, then he get divorced again? You can stop it by not being part of his account, because if you are still going to what do we call it? With that one, we call that one ghosting. When you are ghosting, let me tell you guys, and sometimes I'm ruthless. Sometimes I'm ruthless to people. And Queen Safa, we talked some other time here, and I understand your situation, how it was, but this is what I want to tell you. You see, the moment you find yourself ghosting the people you were in relationship with, it means you have a problem. There's a problem in you. There's something you are trying to justify. You are feeling guilty. This is the truth. And I said sometimes that it is better for me to tell you the truth than to entertain you with sweet words that you want to hear. You see, a person who ghosts their exes are people who had a problem in that relationship. And therefore, they are looking to ghost their partners to justify. Like they want, okay, is he in a relationship? Did his relationship work or not? It did not work. You see, I told you guys. See, he's in another relationship. It's not working for him. So it is him who has a problem. No, it doesn't work like that. The moment you are out of a relationship with somebody, the best thing that you can do, my people, the best thing that you can do once a relationship ends with your partner is to part ways peacefully. In fact, if it was the best thing that you want to do, you can block them. get them out of your life. Just get them out of your life. You're not getting them out of your life because they are your enemies. You're getting them out of your life because they are not worth. They don't deserve you and you don't deserve them. So what are you doing? You are preparing the way for a next relationship. So you want to forget about this. This is what I talked about. You see, people concentrate more on the mistakes that they did, on the problem that happened. So imagine this is somebody that you divorced. This is a relationship that you are no longer part of. So staying there, trying to ghost them to see whether they are married, whether they are there, whether they are, whether they are in another relationship, whether they are, it is not going to help you. Exactly. It is not going to help you. What is going to help you is you want to ask yourself, what is it that I did not do right when I was with this guy in relationship? You want to sit down and think back. Think about the past. Think how things were going. Okay? Then correct them. So if you have a child and you can't block him, Queen Safa, then what it means is that you just need to find somebody to help you forget about what is happening. Sometimes it's hard to advise a crowd like this because this is just your personal problems. Not everybody has this. So there are some steps and processes that you need to undergo to get this kind of pain out of your life, to move on. And I had a course before last month. I did a course on how to move on from a breakup, and a lot of people attended this course and we talked and everything happened. So the moment when you have a kid with these people is a different story, because the moment you have a child with them, they also need to be part of the relationship, part of the relationship of the child, not you. They need to know how the child is growing. Sometimes maybe they want to visit the child. So what you want to do is, for example, for me, what I always advise these people is, forget about the social media handles. See, you can always have mobile phones for these people. You can always have their call lines, telephone lines for them. You see, there's nothing like having excuses for not moving on from people. What makes us have all this pain is going back to their social media pages. Because see, this is somebody that you have a child with, and you cannot move on and block them, but you can block their social media pages. I think and I hope that even after blocking people from Facebook, blocking people from Instagram, blocking people on TikTok, blocking people on LinkedIn, still you can have a conversation with them through their WhatsApp. So blocking people doesn't mean that you block conversation or communication. You can still block people from their social media accounts, but you have their mobile numbers. So what you need to do, because the pain comes when you are in love with them and then you break up, but you still are going to their Instagram. Because I don't think whether for you to communicate with a father of your child or a mother of your child, you need an Instagram account or a Facebook account. You just need a WhatsApp. You just need a phone line, a telephone line, or a mobile phone number. You call them. Hi, your baby wants to talk to you. Let them talk. They want to meet their baby. It's always, we have public places where people can meet. You take your baby there. Or maybe you put your baby in a taxi. The baby goes meet their father or meet their mother. The baby comes back. It's simple. You see, guys, let us not always put excuses in everything. See, what makes us not to grow is finding an excuse to justify a mistake or something that you're not doing right. This is the problem with humankind. Humankind wants to justify everything. You tell them this is not right, they give you a reason why that is happening. So this is what I will tell people. If you are having children together, you don't have to share social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. This is where problem starts, because everyone wants to justify themselves. You want to put photos and status, like how you moved on, how life is good on your side, how you don't need anyone in life, life can move on, and blah blah blah. He's seeing that and he's feeling bitter. You also, on the other end, he's also trying to do the same thing. You know, life is okay. Maybe he's gotten another lady. Now he's taking photos with the same lady and trying to show how life is now okay and good. What happens? You become bitter and you don't heal from the past. So what you need to do, if you had children together, you only need a communication line. You don't need their social media accounts. Block them from Facebook, block them from Instagram, block them from Twitter or whatsoever. Leave only WhatsApp number, mobile number for chats and conversation with his kid. This is somebody that is not part of you. He is only part of your child. So as we end this conversation, guys, this was a video and a conversation to give people hope that rejection is a redirection and isolation is an elevation. If when you are isolated by your friends, by your family, by your colleagues, they are elevating you to somewhere. You don't need to concentrate on them. You need to concentrate on yourself and see the path that you need to take to elevate yourself. When you are rejected, you are being shown a redirection. That direction can only happen when you stop thinking about rejection and you think about where you're supposed to be heading. That is what happens with people in life. So don't be bitter. Don't be revengeful. You want to avenge. You want to do as they are doing. We all agree that we are good. When I'm doing a video here, I'm not always accusing anyone. I always believe that everyone here is good. So if we are all good, we don't want to do the bad that bad people are doing, right? So let's assume that we are all good people with great heart and everything. What do? Somebody's asking, thank you, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is there. It's called John Gora. And this video that you're right now seeing here, it will be available on my YouTube channel. So every time you miss my live conversations here on TikTok, you can always go to my YouTube channel the next day and watch these videos because I post them there. So don't always worry when you miss my live. You can always get my videos on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called John Gora. I saw my secretary here yesterday. She was here and left. I don't know whether she's still there, Akaruga. If you are there, do what she's supposed to do for me, please. She will write the name there. But my YouTube channel is John Gora, the same name as it is written on my TikTok. That is what to search for my YouTube channel. So I hope this helps you. If you are in an agony, in troubles, I hope this is going to help you to find something better. And it's first time to attend your live like it. Okay, Zion, thank you so much. I'm seeing people here. I don't know. I'm seeing some people